Hi there, my name is Kevin Chong, and I'm the author of The Double Life of Benson Yu. I'm going to be reading an excerpt of the book. It's right from the beginning, so there's not a ton of explanation necessary. A few days after I received that noxious letter from C, the boy appears for the first time. The picture fills my eyes, and the most expedient way to clear them is by writing it down. I see the boy on the street, cowering behind his grandmother. That's his default pose. He's holding a fold-up cart. His ailing pawpaw nudges him forward. Up until a month ago, the old woman pulled the two-wheeled cart herself. Then one morning, after she'd been coughing through the night, she made the boy do it. On that initial outing, as they embarked on their errand running, she made a point of moving at her typically brisk pace. "It's just my hand," she said in Cantonese with a village accent she used only around family, like a pair of ugly slippers. "It hurts, that's all. It'll be fine tomorrow." But then she asked him to pull the cart again the next day. Every week on Sundays, this depleted family unit makes the rounds to the markets for dried scallops, for pea shoots and watercress, for oxtail and tripe. Everyone knows Pawpaw. She used to teach Chinese school to half of them in the church basement. Everyone stands up straighter, eyes jittering the second she appears. Whenever he's out with Pawpaw, the boy worries about seeing kids from his class. Their side eyes and smirks could strip paint. Those jerks wait until they're in the schoolyard to tell the boy they recognize his clothes from gift shop clearance racks and church donation bins. They'll ask him where his parents are, as though he hasn't told them already. Now that he pulls the cart, the shopkeepers direct their attention to him first, as the person who handles the business. They all know better than to see him as in charge, but this way they don't have to meet the gaze of the one who had picked their Chinese names from a roll to recite classical poetry. Today, it's Mr. Ma, who runs a convenience store across the street. "Dai lo," he says from the back of the store. He's finished stacking cans of soup. "How may we serve you?" he says in Cantonese. Pawpaw tuts, her voice like the rasp she uses on her feet before bedtime, and allows the boy, I guess we're going to call him Benny, to choose a shrink-wrap package of snack cakes for acing his math test. One indulgence he's earned from pulling the cart is getting to stop here first. He no longer has to wait until their errands are done for his weekly treat. "You're acting as though he's the one paying for everything," she reminds Mr. Ma. "One day you will." "Big head, big brain, wah," says Mr. Ma, rubbing his hands on his flannel shirt sleeves as he follows them to the front of the store. The sides of his face are crinkled from all the smiling he does. His daughter sits behind the cash register. Benny's cheeks warm at the sight of the girl. I cringe to picture him this way, fluorescent with hormonal yearning around Mr. Ma's daughter, Shirley. I've changed her name, although the real one is pretty similar. Only a few years ago, Benny and Shirley did everything together, watching TV, playing Transformers, drawing, even eating, on most days from the same bowl of macaroni, peas, and ham and broth, back when his mother had grown too weak to work and babysat her for extra cash. Now we can't speak to her. "Why can't I have at least one smart child, La?" the shopkeeper says to her. Shirley's older brother, Y, works at the store when forced, but otherwise runs with the wrong kids. The ones who wear clothes their parents can't afford. "Look at him," Mr. Ma tells his daughter. "Always on the honor roll. Nose in the books team." "He takes after his grandmother," Shirley says in English, staring at her lap as she struggles to wipe her mouth clean of a smirk. She has an oblong face with wide cheekbones and tendrils of hair that escape from her ponytail. Her bright eyes and a readily pursed expression complement a thorny demeanor that the boy will always be drawn to. "Look who I have to take after." Mr. Ma wags an open palm at her, his eyes glinting with amusement, begging to be hated. Pawpaw slides the cupcakes across the counter and produces a folded $5 bill from the lanyard money pouch where she keeps her senior's bus pass. Shirley opens the register and calculates the change in her head. "Your girl is even better with numbers than my grandson, Gua," Pawpaw says. "Every child has a different strength." The shopkeeper seems stumped by this praise from a woman who offers so little of it. Praise from her always feels unprecedented. As they're leaving, Mr. Ma gathers his wit and holds out a candy bar. I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much.